I'm off the deep end, watch as I dive in. I'll never reach the ground. Bit of Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper there. It's been the Oscars, but it is going for Goldbridge, and we've got some cracking questions as usual for you. Also going to start off with a little bit of exclusivity on this channel as well. Normally you'd expect to find this on the United Stand, or maybe that's football, but United Stand FC is up and running. Trials will be held on Sunday, March the 24th, and some announcements there. We will be playing a rematch against Arsenal Fan TV. We are the best, we beat them, but we're going to give them another chance. I will be the manager, Flex is going to be the captain, and we will be holding trials. You've got to be good, we're not letting any old shit in. You know, this is my reputation on the line, and I've got some really good formations sorted out. I've something very revolutionary. No goalkeeper, we're going to play a 2-1-2-3-1-1-1. That might not even amount to 11, but it's going to be interesting. 24th of March is the trial day. Seriously, you've got to be good. So watch your space for that. But what else are we talking about? Let me just talk about the Oscars as well. Topical. The Oscars. My thoughts on the Oscars are they're shit. I spoke about the Brits last week. I think the Oscars are shit. I think politically, yes. I think the decision makers, don't trust them. But a couple of things from that. First of all, a really bad side to it. I don't know why this even exists in the modern day, where we're stamping out so many sort of elements of bullying and bad behaviour. I turn on the telly on Monday morning, and you've got it's on one of the morning shows, and you've got a bunch of women basically analysing the dresses that a lot of other women wore, and basically saying whether it was a good dress or a faux pas, like a shit dress. And I thought, at the end of the day, you're basically judging somebody on how they look. I mean, that's surely not right. And to top it all off, you've got Mel B on the panel, who's one of the people saying whether it's a crap dress or not. This is the woman who spent most of the 90s wearing leopard print that even a leopard wouldn't bloody wear. So, yeah, I didn't like that. I don't like that. I don't see why you get to judge people on how they look. Obviously we all do it, but on a mainstream program, I think it's just weird. There seems to happen a lot, that does, though. I mean, you see it on like women's magazines, and this morning, oh, look at Charlize Theron. Well, she looks shit. But our winner of the week is Natalie Portman in a lovely gold dress. And then next week it might be Natalie Portman looks shit. I mean, it's like, I just don't think it's right. There we go. And would be remiss of me not to speak about the Alan Partridge show on Monday. If you don't watch it, tough. Just you're a bit of a clunt, and you can fluck off. And you definitely won't. If you don't get that, you definitely didn't watch it. So new series, BBC One, 9:30. A lot of people like it. I like it. I didn't like the show, to be honest. I've watched it twice. Some good lines in it, but it's good, but it's just not what I wanted, if that makes sense. Mid-Morning Matters, where he's in the radio studio, I like that. I'm Alan Partridge. What I like about Alan Partridge's character is, yes, he's a TV presenter, yes, he's a radio presenter, but it's all the stuff in between. And it just felt very produced. It felt very much like a TV show. I know there was the bits in between the camera, but it just felt a little bit empty, if that made sense. And I like Lynn, and I like Simon, and you just didn't really get to see a lot of them. So yeah, look, I'm sure it's going to be a good series, but it's not as good as I thought it was going to be, if I'm totally honest. But massive fan of it. I prefer the other formats, if that makes sense. But if you don't like change and you don't like evolution, get off the bus and sit still, I suppose. Simple as that. Simple as. Anyway, let's whiz through some of the questions. Greatest living person ever, says Dr. Chunky Biscuit. Controversial question, that. Imagine if I said Jesus. All the atheists are going to go mad. Or God's going to get the hump. Greatest person ever living? God, it's a good question. It's a good question. Get in the comments and answer it. Do aliens exist, says SOS. I would imagine that there is life on another planet somewhere. The solar systems, there's massive. The space is massive. Apparently it never ends. Best country you've visited, says Pratik. I like Ireland, and it is a country in its own right. It is not part of the UK. Do not say that. They don't like it. So I like Ireland. I'd have to say Ireland. When you started YouTube, what was your goal, says the Football Podcast Show. I don't really think I had one, to be honest. I think it surpassed anything I ever expected. Certainly the first few videos, it was like, I look back on it and I think, why did you carry on? I mean, look, fortunately, those videos don't exist anymore. I privatised those quite a long time ago. I don't mean I privatised them like the Conservatives privatised things and sold it off for vast amounts of money and made it shit. It was already shit. So I put them on private because I'm just embarrassed about them, to be honest. They got a lot of dislikes. So I don't know what my thoughts were there. Nemanja Matic, oh God, definitely DT. Are there any conspiracy theories that you believe the moon landings, Hazard be an elite footballer? I think you've hit the nail on the head, Ryan, there. Who is your inspiration in life? Says Pankaj. Inspiration in life. I think your inspiration's got to be something that you aspire to be. Inspired, obviously. But also, I think your inspiration can be just, your family and your friends and things like that. So my immediate family, wife and kids would be my inspiration because that's what I do it all for. Who's inspired me? It's hard to say because realistically, it's just me and my brilliance that's got me where I am today. I can't even do it with a straight face. Do you watch Formula One, Mark? Yes, I do. I don't do regrets. Favourite book, says Anaban. You know what? I really enjoy. I don't know whether I'd like it now. I think you just look back to periods in your life, and I remember being a kid. I really enjoyed the book Matilda by Roald Dahl. It was one of the most enjoyable books I read. I really enjoyed reading The Beach in my early 20s by Alex Garland. Recently, I mean, look, I like a lot of autobiographies, so I like those sort of things. But fiction, yeah, certainly those two. Thoughts on the R. Kelly scandal, says Jules. Not surprising. It's been rumours about that for years, isn't it? Really, really odd stuff going on. Fans singing about disasters such as Hillsborough and the Munich disaster, says Zach John. I mean, it's getting less and less. Obviously, it's cretinous. But it's like anything in life, isn't it? I think if people know a weakness, if somebody knows what's going to wind you up, you will get gutter people who will just do it. Like, people will mock Manchester United fans about Munich because they know it's going to rile and hurt them. People will mock Liverpool about Hillsborough because they know it's going to rile and hurt them. And 99.9% of normal, well-mannered, nice people will never do it. But there is the minority shit on your shoe who just do it. You look on social media, look on Twitter especially. The amount of vile stuff that is on there. And you think, how do these people do it? Why do they do it? But the answer is to ignore them, mute them, and don't even give them the acknowledgement, because that's what they want. And they might be sat at home with a tiny penis on their forehead and no life at all. And the only thing they can do is go onto a free social media outlet and make up and use a fake face. Normally a footballer or a celebrity, because they don't dare put their own face on there for fear of being ridiculed themselves, and they write total shite. So there are, unfortunately, people out there like that, and you're never going to stop it. I think the thing is, if they do it in a football ground, kick them out so they can't come back in again. And if they do it on social media, if enough people ignore them, they're just talking to themselves with their own issues. And to those people, I don't want to be horrible to them. Get help. Go and get help. Stop being a fucking arsehole. Top 3 favourite shows, we've done it. A lot of times you say that you met some ex-footballers, but who exactly have you met? Says Dalibor. I'm not going to do that because the next question is going to be what were they like? And I've already told you I've met quite a few footballers who are, let's just say, living in a bubble of self-love. Creamy hands. What's the best lesson your father ever taught you? Says Stuart Browning. Not going to answer that. Bohemian Rhapsody won 5 Oscars. When are you planning to watch it? I will watch it, Patrick. Just actually, you know what? I'm on the sidewalk. That's not the lyrics. Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. What a performance at the Oscar. I love that song. I really like that song. It's not my genre, it's not my thing, but I really liked that song. I watched that film at the weekend, A Star Is Born. Oh my God, was that disappointing. I don't think it was a bad film. I just thought, I really like that song. Let's give the film a chance. It's probably going to be a really good love story. It's not. It's depressing. Without giving any spoilers away, because it's a film that's out currently at the moment, I don't want to ruin it for you. It's not the film I thought. And actually, it nearly made me not like the song because of how the film goes. But I do still like the song, but I won't be watching the film again. It's depressing. Do you like avocado? I don't. This is random, says Jay Nickel. I love that question. I love that question from Jay Nickel. I do like avocado. I was a really big hater of guacamole, which is fundamentally avocado in it, the ingredient. But over the recent times, probably the last 18 months, I've really got into avocado. I like it, and it's very, very good for you. So, yes, used to not like it, now I do. Headline, avocado in. Will Oasis ever get back together, says Ibby J. They're running out of time, and also I think that they don't like each other, so probably not. Who's your favourite friend, character, and why? I would say Chandler, Jamie. I mean, who is everybody's favourite Friends character, actually? I mean, Joey's thick. Ross is okay, but a geek. I think Chandler. Obviously, from the females, I know what my favourite is out of those, but it's nothing to do with what their character's like. Hi, Mark. What are your thoughts on the new indie group? I don't really want to talk about that, to be honest with you. How long do you plan on doing YouTube for, says Everton are shite. As long as you'll have me. And which is better, Gavin and Stacey or Friday Night Dinner, says John Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't know why I said that. It's the Obi thing. I thought he was going to be Mikhail. Which is better, Gavin and Stacey or Friday Night Dinner? I've only watched one episode of Friday Night Dinner and I did like it. I need to, get fully into it. But I would say Gavin and Stacey because I like Bryn. Who's better, LG, NG or MG? I think I know who you're talking about. I'm going to say MG. How did you manage to use the hate coming in from your match reactions and turn most of them into fans eventually? Unbelievable how you did that, says Meraz. I think you're talking about the turnaround of me on social media over the last year or so. You know what it is? In a very simple sentence. It's no magic trick. I actually am the person that people like or seem to like at the moment. I've always been that person. The problem was there were people out there spreading lies. And those lies can go around. And I'm not talking about the trolls on social media because their lies are bullshit because they're faceless. I'm talking about genuine people spreading lies around the industry and ridiculing you on social media, and people jump on that because they like those people. So that's what happened. The lies, which had been going on for 3-4 years, began to dilute because people were like, well, the bigger the United stand got, well, he's not like that. They're not like that. They're not doing that. And then gradually people start to see you for the real person and not the bullshit lies people spread around. So that's why it changed. It was a gradual thing. We've done the Partridge thing. Have you ever thought of doing your own merch for the United Stand, says Jamie Neild? I've thought about it, but I'm just so busy with everything. Worst cinema experience, says Hader. Probably another 48 Hours. I went to watch that years ago. It was boring, absolutely boring, and it just turned into a popcorn fight, and I don't like popcorn, so it was highly irritating. So I slipped out and went and watched, I think it was Mac and Me or something like that. Don't watch that either, it was shit. Is McTominay fit to play for Manchester United, says Jammy FC? Apparently he is fit. He's one of the few players that actually is. I know that's not what you meant. Was there a film that you were really excited for and it ended up being underwhelming, says Hugo Fan? Definitely The Phantom Menace. I was so excited about that all those years ago. The first Star Wars film, going to be the prequel. It was shit. And when you really want to like something, like, whether it's a computer game or a song from your famous artist, or even that Alan Partridge thing on Monday night, which was nowhere near as bad as The Phantom Menace, But yeah, sometimes you want it to be so good. And The Phantom Menace, for me, I wanted it to be good. And I even sort of half kidded myself that it was good. But it's shit. Absolutely shit. Are you the undisputed people's champion? That's The Rock, isn't it? Why did you live in Dublin? Just fancied it. I liked Guinness. And do you like fame and publicity, says Hamid? Mate, look, just because a few thousand people watch me on YouTube, I'm not famous, and it, it doesn't impact on my life. So no. Worst city you've been to in England? City, Ernard. Worst city I've been to? Probably Birmingham when I first came to it, but they've changed it so much now. It's actually it's a good city. So yeah, I would say with that. Yeah, we can't read that one out. Okay. I've done 20 minutes anyway. So, thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Quite a quick one today. Remember to get your questions in. You've got to follow me on Twitter and put the questions in, because I will whiz through them. Didn't have as much time today as I wanted to. But thanks everyone for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Lots of things to be excited about. And I shall speak to you all very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.